Sounds still good. Cool. Good stretch break. Good stretch break. I can't believe it. Acro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is, and to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeepus, am I that hated? The only person I know who does a hem is Grossberg. Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose? He did? Go. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why... Hey, pal. You ain't gonna know me after I went all this trouble to bring you some evidence. Detective Gumshoe. Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax? We got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, detective? Oh, well, if you insist. How about that evidence you mentioned? What is it? Here you go. This was yesterday in Acro's room. Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret. Look, pal. Details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up to now has gone according to a plan. I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set in motion. So wait, is this like a red herring to make us lose? That reminds me, I got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. That's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What do you mean by that, the very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic for me. Oh, one more thing. Of course he does that. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. That was said from there looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk for me?
Run away! Run away!
Nice to meet you all. Thank you, Excelka, for the beautiful raid. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the ladies play a game. I don't know what you were playing tonight, but...
You're welcome
to the stream! Magnex, happy hump day. Thanks for the friendship button. Hey, Gamer Boy, how you doing? Thank you guys for the raid again. You ladies are awesome. Court is now back in session, and you can see some really bad... That's a sick follower alert? Well, you're a sick follower. Now, I am not Alichi, who is a professional voice actress, but I do give all the characters different voices. I try. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. So please enjoy. We're towards the end of one of the chapters in the second one. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingle. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. You're not this far yet? Don't worry about it, Magnus. Thanks for coming in on the raid, and thanks for the follow, man. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Nope. At least we're not gonna be the clown anymore.
When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. Oh, so it is his actual brother. We weren't sure until... I wasn't 100% sure till now. Brick already guessed it, though. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Yeah, I think it was an accident. Such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
Absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? Might be my last chance to answer that question. I have this as an option? Hold on. I want to say there's no reason to question it, because we're not going to find any, like, contradictions in there. He loves the ringmaster. I think it was an accident. So no questions. There's no need to cross-examine this witness. What's that? How was the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Hmm? I'd just like to know. Can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? I can't.
Nick?
Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all.
Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russell Berry, ringmaster.
If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things. Acro, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
What did you just say?
I'm saying that the target of that this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with.
What?
Yeah, he meant to kill Regina. Which is real. Everyone else loves her. Bailiff, I don't care who it is, smack someone who's loud in the face. Twice. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you trying to imply that Acro is trying to kill someone else? Regina.
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? Stern stare.
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
You could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all I have to do is say, yeah, you're wrong. That's it.
That's it, huh, Mr. Wright?
Enough. Mr. Wright, allow me to...
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry.
Me too. I demand to see some proof. That proves Acro was out to kill. I could present his brother. I want to... yeah, I want to say the brother of the lion. I first went to the brother, so I'm going to do that. All right, Mr. Wright.
At this point, the only thing that's important is evidence. You're not going to fool me.
Nope. Okay, we'll try the lion. It needs to be evidence, not a person. That's why. Oh, that's not it. Balls. Balls. No need to question him. Well, it wasn't the brother or the lion. I guess it might be the note. We'll try the note. I just saved a little while ago. Like, it's quick. I think it's like after this whole thing. Wasn't your target. Yeah, this isn't that far back at all. It's like 30 seconds to a minute. Fine. Safety save. I think we show Regina next. Yeah, who is trying to kill? Hooray for holding a button to skip text. And then we'll save here. Evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. Bam. Yep. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina. Regina would be a great name. Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father... I mean, the ringmaster saw the note? That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake. Instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it! Acro thought it was Regina! And that's when he let the bust fly. Hey, Nick. Isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's only get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina?
Objection!
Foolishly foolish fool, with foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolish testimony. You're so foolish you have made me sound like a fool-hearted fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Yeah, the scarf is the conclusive evidence, which we think she put pepper on? Hold it right there. What is this incident that is alluded to at the note? Incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I'm more than ready to show the court what happened at that time. Moron. Are you sure it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. It gives motive. Everything in this case has started in what happened 6 months ago. Like a mouse. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. It's the pepper. Sergeant Pepper. What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take this wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this
The piece of decisive evidence is what was inside.
Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. What exactly are you saying? You claiming that Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper?
Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion we can draw.
Foolish fool who never tries his own foolish ways.
Tires.
If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim?
Who was this? That is Acro's younger brother.
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead.
Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead.
Regina did that to him? Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
A lion?
Regina, I mean Miss Regina Berry, is an animal tamer by trade.
You're welcome.
To the stream! Primrose, thanks for hitting that friendship button. Glad you're enjoying the show.
However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. Hair.
So that's what happened to Acro's brother.
He is not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with our theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident?
I think it was an accident. Suppose it was truly an accident.
It's essential that a man knows when to give up, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
It's impossible to prove Miss Berry's involvement in a murder attempt, isn't it? It was an accident because she was just playing a prank.
Instigating a lion to attack? Whoever heard of something like that? And to think that the defense claimed this was a conclusive evidence.
A small bottle of pepper, a lion. What's the connection?
Yeah.
What's the matter, Nick? Figured it out. That was right in front of my nose the entire time. For your honor, wait. The lion biting Bat was no accident. Oh gosh, okay, so it's not an accident. I don't think she's like, haha, take this scarf and then you'll get your head bit off.
You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being.
She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being. But Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother. With this. That's just a scarf. Acro? This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who was the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. There is something more than just blood on the scarf, Your Honor. What might that be? Pepper. Pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. They don't get it. I'm even getting attacked by a bird. Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. Phrasing. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? Seems the judge doesn't get it yet. Oh, Francisca got it, though.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, was it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Or sneezing. Smiling? The lion was smiling? I'd love to see that.
Right before Bat was beat by the lion, For a moment, the lion's mouth changed, and it looked like he was smiling.
Lions smile.
I've never heard of them smiling, however.
Lions sneeze. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. Nani?
You fool!
And he just wanted to go on a date, man. You gotta be kidding me.
I'm sorry, you said objection. Can you go on with that, please? I didn't hear anything after that.
I object. For objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, the theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how the joke of an accident actually happened?
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiot.
It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I am impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I just said was true?
Acro, you don't mean witness?
Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean? The pepper, the scarf, the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe. I see where you are going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there is an even bigger problem with your theory. What would the problem be? The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim? You need the conclusive evidence.
The biggest problem is the murder weapon. Or the lack thereof, to be more precise.
Murder weapon isn't here. The bust that the defense claims was used, that were to be found in Acro's room. And if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would.
You think, well, yeah, he visits his brother. I guess he could have taken it with him. You gotta do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. I don't think he would have left it in his room, so I'm gonna say... let's see how things work out, I would guess. It'd be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but...
Aren't you gonna search his room? It looks like you'll finally figure things out, isn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma Total Justice.
I guess. I figured out with you, that's the least I should expect. You leave no stone unturned.
Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We researched Acro's room yesterday.
What did you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room.
Furthermore, Detective Zikomshu executed this search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. So,
Something's funny about all this. How? It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin.
But what about the scarf? What about the note?
What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now.
Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. Where is the bust?
So, Brick's saying it's in the hospital, but they literally just said he didn't have a chance to go to the hospital. We know he visits his brother, but they say they already searched his room immediately. So I don't think he would have had time. Or the monkey would keep it home, though. The monkey wouldn't take it somewhere else, would he? He would bring shiny things to him. Where's the bust right now?
You're Phoenix, right? You know where the bust is. I'm sure you do.
There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? It seems this case is coming to a close. Fence's counter-arguments look to have fallen short.
The end. Thank you for your support.
I am terribly sorry, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, the monkey was important because he took, like, the ring that was stolen. He took Regina's tunic that was for Leon.
I think that brings an end to the cross-examination of this witness.
Hold it! Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its lace? I mean case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous, and I just bit my tongue.
We need time to do what? Ow.
Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your age, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright?
Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck.
That's just like pushing him out in the middle of traffic and like,
you got it, bro.
Wait, you can't be serious.
Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro's lived up his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose.
Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon.
Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. There's a murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now? We already know it's not in the lodging house. That's where Acro stays. I'm sure they searched for it in the big top. Does Acro have it right now? I'm just going by, like, what I'm knocking off. They didn't find it there. That's the same place. I think he does have a blanket. Is he, like, hiding it in his freaking wheelchair? It's obvious. The bus is inside this very courtroom.
It's obviously where?
I'm going to point to the location of the bust once and for all. The witness stand. Oh, man. Acro? I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair?
I'm sorry. I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright.
Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. After all, just in your wheelchair you reach over the stand. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under the blanket.
I'm not talking, you know, man parts. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over, which is why you had to hide it. And the only place that you could hide it, under your own wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
You fool! How could...
You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Miss Franziska Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously, I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now, to be caught in the middle of court, hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. All makes sense now.
I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing.
You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't.
I can't believe it. Me made a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room if I hadn't done that?
You wouldn't have found the real murderer, and you probably would have won by putting someone else that's actually innocent in jail. Yeah. It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro? Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ring... dang it. Did you kill the ringmaster of Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I am responsible for that crime.
Acro.
All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started seasoning so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why I covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star? Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina.
How dreadful.
So you're saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first, I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Probably wants to see his brother wake up. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again.
I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict.
Not guilty. Woo!
Dude, that's... oof. Freaking love cases like this in Phantom. Oh, the green screen looks good. It worked, I think. Court is adjourned. Like, that last screen is the one that usually gets all gray. Woo! Super successful.
Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the Ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? Well, that's a good question. The one I don't know the answer to.
Many congrats, but only at max. 1 million of them.
Thank you.
What's with the vibe in this room?
We're just thinking about Acro.
No. If you worry about people too much, then they'll be like this forever and never be happy.
Huh?
She's been like this for a while now.
Sweetie pie. And Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something.
What do you want to know, Regina?
Acro said something right at the end.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Does that mean that Acro, is he gonna try and get his revenge on me?
I don't think so, no. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina.
Like, are you sure? Are you really sure I can believe that?
Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore.
If that's true, then I wanted some evidence. I want to know you're not just making up that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge.
He's waiting for his brother to wake up. Jeez, chill. Acro didn't want to get caught up. Didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again.
Bat. That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... I know. I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. And then until he can meet Acro again.
That's sweet of you, Regina.
I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat.
Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind.
Hey, Max.
What is it, Mo?
We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? Sorry about what happened. So whenever you like to leave us, we'll pay your fee and rip up the contract.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now?
That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. And staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen.
The best circus this world's ever seen?
Don't laugh.
It's quite the goal.
Yay, I can't wait. As in, I guess that changes things. There's only one thing that the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen.
Max?
Let's work together and make the circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy?
I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you.
Regina, you're gonna help him too, aren't you?
I don't know. This circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina?
Why do you think that I brought you to court today?
We've got to work together to make Berry Big Circus bigger than it's ever been.
Mo's right, sweetie pie. I can't be the Big Berry Circus without Regina Berry. Nick!
Seems like everything is gonna turn out all right here.
I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm gonna order special whoopee cushion seats.
I ain't laughing that much. That's a lot of laughing. I see what made the case. Yesterday's surprise raid. It really paid off, just like he said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Edgeworth? You think it's Edgeworth? Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I can get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you. Mr. Edgeworth. I almost forgot what his voice is like. Wow. I don't think he, I think he just took a break. Woo. Oh, we get him back now? Hopefully. That'd be great. Saving content. Woo. That's what I'm talking about.